Hey guys, today I want to share with you a short devotional on Psalm 3. Let me read it with you, and I'm going to read the title first because the Jews that have recorded these Psalms and passed them down recorded titles that they believed set maybe some of the historical background to the Psalm. So let me begin. Psalm 3, a psalm of David when he fled from Absalom his son. Lord, how they have increased who trouble me. Many are they who rise up against me. Many are they who say of me, there is no help for him in God. Selah. But you, O Lord, are a shield for me, my glory, and the one who lifts up my head. I cried to the Lord with my voice, and he heard me from his holy hill. Selah. I lay down and slept. I awoke, for the Lord sustained me. I will not be afraid of 10,000s of people who have set themselves against me all around. Arise, O Lord. Save me, O my God, for you have struck all my enemies on the cheekbone. You have broken the teeth of the ungodly. Salvation belongs to the Lord. Your blessing is upon your people. Selah. Let me first say about this title, a Psalm of David when he fled from Absalom his son. If you remember that story, it's a very sad story where Absalom tries to take the kingdom away from his father David, and he usurps the throne. He comes into Jerusalem, he takes over. David runs out of town so there won't be a confrontation there in the city. Absalom actually sleeps with 10 of David's concubines on the roof of the palace in front of all the people, just to show just how he despises his father and has taken over from his father. So it's a really sad time. His son totally rejects him and takes over for himself. And so you can think about that background in David's mind as he says these words. Lord, how they have increased who trouble me. Indeed. Now, this could also have applied to many other times in David's life. But he says, many are they who rise up against me. So we have folks increasing. There are many against him. Many are saying there is no help for him in God. So what is the main point here? David is not so much concerned about his own life as he is about the glory of God's name, about how God is helping him, and he's just afraid that people will look in his life and say, well, you know, God is not helping him in his life. These selahs right here, I don't know exactly how to pronounce those, and nobody knows exactly why they're there. Most scholars today, I think, believe that they are musical terms meant to maybe increase the volume of the sound of the music, perhaps. Some believe that maybe there are pauses in the music, so you sing this first part and then pause, and then you sing the second part. So anyway, there's a break in thought, because now he says, but, now, let me just say, Lord, I know that they're saying there's no help for me in God, but I know that you are a shield for me. You're a shield. You are my glory. You're the one who lifts up my head. And he says, I cried to the Lord with my voice, and he heard me. So this is the faith of David. I cried, and he heard. He says, I lay down and slept, and I awoke, for the Lord sustained me. Even in the small things in his life, David is saying, I see your work, Father. I see what you're doing for me. Even when I wake up in the morning, I know this day is from you, because I've got one more day to live. I have not been wiped off the face of this earth yet. And so he says, I will not be afraid. I will not be afraid of 10,000s of people who've set themselves all around me. I know it doesn't matter who or what comes against me. God is for me. That, my friend, is faith. That is great faith. And you can think about in your own life. Today we probably won't have tens of thousands of people coming against us, but we will have major difficulties in our lives. That's just the way this world works. You're going to have deaths in your family. You're going to have health issues for yourself and for your family and for your friends. You're going to lose people you love. You'll have people that you thought loved you turn against you and become your bitter enemies. And you can just pray with David and say, Lord, I'm waking up this morning and I know that you're still with me. I know I may have all this pain in my life, but I'm not going to be afraid of it. And you'll notice as we end this, he says, arise, O Lord, save me. What does that tell you? What does that tell you about what's going on here? Save me, he says. Oh my God. He means that he's not yet saved. He says, you have struck all my enemies on the cheekbone. You have broken the teeth of the ungodly. Salvation belongs to the Lord. That is a wonderful coffee mug statement right there. Salvation belongs to the Lord. Your blessing is upon your people. He's saying, I believe what's going on here is he's in the midst of the trouble, in the midst of the pain. He's not yet saved from it, but he can look back on his life and say, Lord, you're the Savior in all other places in my life, and I know that you're going to save me again. What awesome faith to start out our day.